Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Had time to complete that one question which I'd given as homework. I think a few questions. I don't remember exactly how many. I think up to 3. Okay. Anyways, this was the question. You had time to work this, children? No. Fine. So we'll see the answer in the next class. All right. We worked this in the class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. This I must have given as homework. We'll see the answer in the next class. You complete it. What about this, children? Yeah, we got this. No, 20, P20. We finished this. Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, fine. So this is the next one. Try this, children. Try this one. The mean of the following data is 21.6. The mean is given to us. Mean is given to us. Find the value of P. So in the earlier question, one xi value was missing. P was one of the xi values. We worked this in the last class. We got P is 20. I told you that mostly from the rhythm you can make out 10, 15. Xi value alone you can make out like that. Xi value. So 10, 15. Mostly this should be 20, 25, 30. Still we need to work. But for objectives you can just guess and actually select that answer. Yeah, so we did this in the last class where we had to find P, which was one of the missing Xi values. Here we need to find P, which is one of the missing Fi values. Yes, children. Same procedure. Please try. Any trouble, children? Any help? Able to work? Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You may use the working of the previous answer to work this one. Very similar. Yes, what are the, which is the next column you have to generate? You'll have to write out the XI and FI column, and then what is that new column which you have to generate? What's the column heading?
Fi into Xi.
FI into XI. Yeah, what can you just tell me the first FI XI value?
30,
Next.
30, ma'am.
Okay, next.
48.
Okay.
18P.
Okay.
144.
Okay.
120. 216, ma'am.
216. Perfect. Very good, Hitesh. I'm sure the others also would have got the same values. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice, children. Fine. Proceed. Yeah, what's the total of the FI XI column?
558.
5?
58.
That's all? The total of the FI XI column. You have one P value also, right? You have
Yes,
one
sir.
value 18P.
18P. Plus 18P, ma'am.
Okay, the sum of the numbers is how much?
58 plus 18P, ma'am.
558 plus 18P. Okay. Then what's the other total which you have to find? We need to find the total of another column. Which one is that?
Yep.
That was not clear actually. Somebody tried to respond but was not clear.
Fi, ma'am. Total of Fi column.
FI. What's the total of the FI column? What's the total of the FI column?
Ma'am.
Yeah, then 25?
25 plus P.
25 plus P. 25 plus P. The total of the FI column is 25 plus P. Now, what do we do with these values? Who can tell me the first step? After this, after finding the total of the FI XI column and the total of the FI column, what next?
Total of FI/XI column by total of FI column is equal to the mean.
Very good. Good. Then next we have to use the formula to find the value of P. The total of the FI XI column, sigma FI XI by sigma FI, the total of the FI column is equal to the mean. Yeah, check your, calculation skills. Let's see if you can get the correct value of P. Mean is equal to sigma FI XI by sigma FI. So 21.6 is equal to whatever total you got for the sigma FI column. Sorry, whatever total you got for the FI XI column divided by the total of the FI column is equal to 21.6. You need to solve this equation and find the value of P. Found the value of P, children?
Is it 5?
5. Yeah, you're right. The value of P is 5. Please check your values. In the FI XI column, the totals. So this is the formula sigma fi xi by sigma fi is equal to mean, and mean is given to be 21.6. 558 plus 18p is the total of the fi xi column. And 25 plus p is the total of the fi column. To substitute is equal to 21.6. Cross multiply. 21.6 into 25 is 540. 21.6 into p is 21.6 p. You're multiplying 21.6 into 25. Cross multiply 540. 21.6 into p, 21.6 p. Or if you're not comfortable working with this, you can write 21.6 as 216 by 10. You can convert this to a fraction. 21.6 can be written as 216 by 10. Then we need to gather the like terms. We have 18p and plus 21.6p. So gather the like terms. So transpose. So on transposing, you'll get 18p minus 21.6p is equal to 540 minus 558. So you'll get minus 3.6p is equal to minus 18, which means 3.6p is equal to 18. You will get on transposing when you bring p to the side and take 558 to the other side. You will get minus 3.6p is equal to minus 18. So p is equal to 18 by 3.6. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 10 to shift the decimal point. P is equal to 18 by 3.6. Multiply 18 by 10 and 3.6 by 10, meaning multiply both the numerator and denominator by 10. Equivalent fraction. So 18 into 10 is 180, 3.6 into 10 is 36. Why we multiply and divide by 10 is to get rid of the decimal point. 3.6 5 times is 18. 3.6 5 times is 18. Okay, so to get rid of the decimal point or to shift the decimal point to the right, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. So we get 180 by 36, which reduces to 5. So the value of p is 5. Please get your doubts clarified. No doubts, children? Shall we go to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here we have two missing frequencies. The mean of the following frequency distribution is 1.46. What do you call this table? Frequency
table.
Yeah, okay. Frequency distribution or frequency table. Is it grouped or ungrouped?
Ungrouped.
Ungrouped. It's ungrouped. It's an ungrouped frequency distribution. What is the other term for an ungrouped frequency distribution? Discrete frequency distribution. Discrete. D-I-S-C-R-E-T-E. Discrete. Discrete frequency distribution. So we have two missing frequencies. You can see the question marks there against the value 1 and 2. You can see question marks against the values 1 and 2. So two frequencies are unknown. Number of drivers. Two frequencies are unknown. We need to find the missing frequencies. Now, what is the compare this table? Compare this table, the table in question number 22 and table in question number 23. Just tell me, just give your comments or spot some difference in the information given. You have this table in you have this table in your notebook. So look at that table and this table and tell me. Simply give your comments. So in both, okay, let me.
Ma'am, naming those value as X and Y.
Yeah, no, come again.
Ma'am, naming those unknown values as X and Y.
Okay, we'll have to name the unknown, call the unknown frequencies X and Y. All right.
Ma'am, in table number 22, they have used the multiples of 6, ma'am, but they in here, ma'am, they have used continuous like 1, 2, 3, like that, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Was the mean given in question number 22?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, here also we are given the value of mean. Okay. How many missing frequencies we had to find in question number 22?
One, ma'am. One missing frequency.
One missing frequency. So to find that one missing frequency, we were given the value of the mean. We were given the value of mean and asked to find that one missing frequency. Here we have to find two missing frequencies. So for us, two things must be given here. So one is the value of the mean, which is 1.46. See, in question number 22, in order to find the missing frequency, we were given the value of mean. Given the value of mean, we had to find the missing frequency. Here also, given the value of mean, we have to find two missing frequencies. But there is one additional information given to us here. What is that?
Total.
Yes?
The total, ma'am.
Yeah. Who's that? Yes, you're right.
Pratiksha.
Pratiksha. We are given the total of the frequency column. Why was the total of the frequency column not given here? Why was the total of the frequency column not given here? Okay, my question is, why was the total of the frequency column not given in this question, question number 22?
And here we have one variable, one unknown value.
Okay, so only one information, right? Okay, supposing the total of the frequency column is given to be 30, how will you find P? Supposing the total of the frequency column is given to be 30, how will you find P?
25 plus P is equal to 30.
Yeah, then you don't even need this information. Mean is equal to 21.6, which is why here the total of the, so when we have to find one missing frequency, the total of the frequency column will not be given. It will not be given because when you know the total of the frequency column, say 30, and you have to find the value of this missing frequency P, then it's easy. You can just add the known frequencies, which sums to 25. So 25 plus P is equal to 30. The total of the frequency column, if it is given to be 30, then 25 plus P, what is 25? 5 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10, 6 plus 4, 10, 20, so 25. 25 plus P, 25 plus P is equal to 30. So P is equal to 30 minus 25, which is 5. So when we have to find one unknown frequency, the total of the frequency column will not be given to us. Because if that's given, then you understand. So that will not be provided when the total of the frequency, sorry, when we have to find one missing frequency, the total of the frequency column will not be given. Instead, we'll be given the value of the mean. We'll be given only one information. Given the value of mean, we need to find the value of P. The total of the frequency column will not be given. If it was given, then you can just add the frequencies and equate it to 30 and find the value of P. You can just solve the equation for P. Add all the frequencies equal to 30 and solve that and find P. Why do you even need the value of mean? Will not be given. So if you can see here, the total of the frequency column is 25 plus P. We don't know the real total. See here, 25 plus P. While here we are given the total of the frequency column because you cannot guess. Now supposing, now what is this 46, 25, 30, 40, 40 and 46 is 86. What's the remaining 20 or sorry 200 minus 86 is 114. So the sum of the two remaining frequencies is 114. The sum of the two remaining frequencies is 114. Now you cannot guess the two frequencies, right? You cannot guess. So here you will be given, because you will have many combinations. You can find so many numbers whose sum is 114. So here, yeah, so here when you're given, when you're asked to find two missing frequencies, you will be given the value of mean as well as the total of the frequency column. The total of the frequency column will be given and the value of the mean will be given when we have to find two unknown frequencies. Okay, let's see how to do it. Did we take down the question table? Please take down the question table.
Taken down, ma'am.
Yeah. Write down this table. The missing frequencies are marked P and Q. As usual, we need to generate the next column, FIXI. 0 into 46. Fi value into Xi value. 46 into 0, 0. P into 1, P. Q into 2, or 2 into Q, 2Q. Multiply the Xi and Fi values and find the values in the FIXI column.
ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. So these two columns are given to us in the table, in the question table, Xi and Fi. We've just replaced the question marks with P and Q. And we need to create this column with the heading Fi Xi. The total of the Fi column is 86. So 46 plus 25 plus 10 plus 5, 86. Plus P plus Q. We are adding the values. 46 plus 25 plus 10 plus 5 is 86. Plus P plus Q. It's not 86 PQ. We are not multiplying, we're adding the values. Here also, we need to find the sum of these values. So 25 plus 40 plus 75 is 140. 25 plus 40 plus 75 is 140. Plus P plus 2Q. Plus P plus 2Q. So now let's start working with this. We know that the total of the, we've got the total of the Fi column as 86 plus P plus Q. We have got a total of the Fi column, sigma Fi or summation Fi. So we have got the total of the Fi column as 86 plus P plus Q. But we know the total is 200 is given to us. The total of the frequency column is given to us. It's given to be 200, which means 86 plus P plus Q is equal to 200. On equating that, you get an equation in P and Q. This is the total of the Fi column. Sigma Fi is equal to 86 plus P plus Q. But we are given here, see here, the total of the frequency column. The total of the frequency column is 200, is known, is given to us. So equate this. 86, they're equal because the total of the frequency column is this expression, but that's equal to 200. So on equating, we get P plus Q is equal to 140. We're given two things, right? We are given the total of the frequency column and the value of the mean. We have to use both to find the missing frequencies. We are given two information. One, the total of the frequency column. Two, the value of the mean. We have to use both to find the missing frequencies. We need both the information to find the missing frequencies. So the first thing is this one. This is the total we get, but the total is given to be 200. So these two are equal. On equating, P plus Q is equal to 140. I have this. Now write out the formula to find mean. Write out the formula to find mean. So sigma Fi Xi by sigma Fi will give us the value of mean. But mean is given to be 1.46. Mean is given to be 1.46. So mean is the total of the Fi Xi column by the total of the Fi column, and that is 1.46. Substitute the values we got or the expressions we have got. This is the expression that represents the total of the Fi Xi column. And this one is the expression that represents the total of the Fi column. Here you can use 200 straight away, children. You use 200 here. You can use 200 straight away here. Or even if you use this, I'll tell you what you have to do. You can write 200 straight away because we know that the total of the Fi column is 200. So you can use 200 straight away here. Even if you don't use it, in the next step, you see here, P plus Q we got is P plus Q. That's what we got, right? Is 114. P plus Q is 114. Here, P plus Q is 114. So you will get back the total. So P plus Q is given to be, we found P plus Q is 114. You can put it here, or you see here the denominator is 200. Anyways, you will get denominator 200. You can substitute 200 here straight away. And in the numerator we have P plus 2Q. You can write that as P plus Q plus Q. listen to me. 140 plus P plus 2Q. Let me come from here. We know that the mean is 1.46. This is the formula. Sigma Fi Xi by sigma Fi is 1.46. Substitute the expressions. You can substitute 86 plus P plus Q or 200. Both will work. Or you can substitute 200. Now, when you write 86 plus P plus Q, in the next step, we know P plus Q is 114. And 86 plus 114 will give you 200. So as good as writing 200 here straight away. So I think I've clarified about the denominator that you can write anything. Either write 200 or write 86 plus P plus 2Q. In the numerator, we have P plus 2Q. We have P plus 2Q. You can write this as P plus Q plus Q. What is 2Q? Q plus Q. So P plus Q plus Q. 2Q is Q plus Q. So P plus Q plus Q. So P plus Q, the expression P plus Q can be replaced with 114. There is another Q. That's what you see here. In the numerator, 140 plus P plus 2Q can be understood as P plus Q plus Q. So we know that P plus Q is 114. P plus Q is 114. That's what is here. Plus the other Q. Because this 2Q is Q plus Q. So for the expression P plus Q, we replace 100. We use 114. The other Q divided by 86 plus 114 is equal to 1.46. So now you can see that this equation has only one unknown Q. This equation has only one unknown Q. This equation has only one unknown Q. So cross multiply, solve and find the value of Q. Once you find the value of Q, it's easy to find the value of P because we know that P plus Q is equal to 114. Cross multiply, solve and find Q. Q is 38. Once Q is 38, you can substitute in this equation. P plus Q is equal to 114. But we got Q as 38. So P plus 38 is equal to 114. P is equal to 114 minus 38, which is 76. Finished writing, children? So how many frequencies are missing here in the question table?
2, ma'am.
2.
Ma'am.
What is the information we have to find the missing frequencies?
Mean and the total of the three columns.
Yeah, mean and the total of the frequency column. So in the answer table, what is that new column to be generated? What's the column heading?
FIXI.
FIXI. You need to multiply the XI value with the corresponding FI value. Okay, after that, since the formula needs the total of the FI/XI column and the total of the FI column, we don't have to add the values in the XI column. We're finding these totals to substitute in the formula sigma FI/XI by sigma FI. So we need to find the total of the FI/XI column and the total of the FI column. So start like this. Take up the total of the FI column. Take up the total of the FI column, sigma FI. Equate that to the total given. The total is given to be 200. We got 86 plus P plus Q, but the total is given to be 200. The total including these frequencies, including the value of this frequency and this frequency, not this total, not 46 plus 25 plus 10 plus 5 is not 200. 46 plus this frequency plus 25 plus 10 plus 5 is 200. The total of all the frequencies. So equate 86 plus P plus Q is equal to 200. When you equate that, you get an equation in P and Q. Have that, call it 1, have it. Now write out the formula to find mean. Mean is equal to sigma fi xi by sigma fi. But mean is given to be 1.46. So this one is equal to 1.46. Sigma fi xi by sigma fi is equal to 1.46 because mean is 1.46. Now substitute the expressions. 140 plus P plus 2Q. And I told you now for this one, you can write 200 straight away. You can write 200 straight away because the total of the Fi column is 200. You can write 200 straight away, or you can also write this expression. When you write this expression later in the next step, P plus Q is 114, and then you get 200 anyways. So you can write 200 straight away here also. In the numerator, what you see, what is the intention? The intention is in one equation, when there are two unknowns, we cannot solve and find the value of any unknown. One equation must have only one unknown. One equation must have only one unknown, like X or Y or A, B, whatever variable. There should be only one variable in one equation. Then you can solve that equation and find the value of that variable. But in one equation, when you have two unknowns, P and Q, you cannot solve. You can solve it, but you cannot solve for P and Q. You cannot find the value of P or Q. One equation must have only one unknown. Only then you can solve and find the value of that unknown. So we are trying to, we have in this equation, we have P and Q. So we're trying to get rid of one of the variables. So in the next step, what we do, P plus 2Q is nothing but P plus Q plus Q. So P plus Q is replaced with 114. The other Q you can see here. So 140 plus P plus Q is 114 plus the other Q by 200 is equal to 1.46. So now you can see the earlier equation, the earlier step, two unknowns P and Q. Now this step you can see only one unknown Q. After substituting, we have only one unknown Q. This step we have two unknowns. This step we have only one unknown. Now here we can solve this and find the value of Q. And once you find the value of Q, put the value of Q here in the first equation here. P is 38 here. So P plus 38 is equal to 114. P plus 38 is equal to 114. Solve this and find the value of P, which is 76. Sorry. Was it clear, children? Any questions?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
All right, children, fine. Okay, so median is another average. Now, when you study 6 subjects at school, we'll take the main subjects: English, Hindi, social studies, science, maths, and I don't know, economics or computer science, your 6th subject. So now when you have written exams and all these subjects for 100 marks, you will have a total for 600. You will have a total for 600. So mean is the most common average found. The common average is mean. So how do you find your average score? You've got the scores in 6 different subjects out of 100. So now you have a grand total for 600. You have a grand total for 600. Say your total is 540 for 600. Your total is 540 for 600. So if your total is 545, you'll add, your total is 540 out of 600. So now you'll add all the you'll add the marks you've got in the individual subjects, English, Hindi, social science, maths, and say economics. You'll add these marks and divide by 6 to find your average score. So your average score, I told you the total is 540. So 540 divided by 6. So 90. So on an average, you have scored 90 in every subject. On an average, you have scored 90 marks in every subject. Mean is the most common average used. So like when you have to find your average marks in all the subjects, then what you do is you'll have to you find the total of the marks you've scored in all the subjects and divide by the number of subjects. Sum of all the observations by sum of the marks scored in all the subjects by the number of subjects. Median is also one of the 3 averages. Mean, median, mode are the 3 different averages. Mean is the most common average used, and this is median. So how do we find the value of this average, median? Average is something that represents, average is one value that represents the entire data. Average is one value that represents the entire data. Like when you say, like the school captain represents the school, class monitor represents the class. When something has to be conveyed, the class teacher calls for the class monitor. She cannot call all the students to the staff room, right? So maybe if the class teacher wants to pass some information to the class, mostly the class monitor is requested to the staff room, and whatever the teacher conveys, and the class monitor conveys it to the class. So the class monitor is the mediator in this case between the teacher and the class. So like the class monitor represents the class, when you have many values, there should be one value that represents all the values, and that representative is called the average. That one value which represents the data, the entire data, is called average. Average is one value that represents the entire data. Like the Prime Minister represents our country, the Chief Minister represents our state, school captain, you can take so many examples. Okay. All right, so we have 3 different averages, mean, median, and mode. We just finished with mean. Now median, how do we find median? We'll come back to this definition later. We'll just take up a question and understand. I'll come back to those slides, children. See here, the runs scored by 11 members of a cricket team are given to you. Find the median score. Median is actually the middlemost value. Median is actually the middlemost value, Median is the middlemost value. The runs scored by 11 members of a cricket team are given to you, or the 11 members. Find the median score. So what you have to do is you'll have to arrange these numbers in the form of an array. That is, arrange them in the ascending order or in the descending order. Arrange these numbers in the form of an array. That's the first step. Meaning arrange the numbers in the ascending or descending order. Mostly we do it in the ascending order, but descending also will work the same to get the answer. Now, once you arrange the numbers in the form of an array, you need to count how many numbers, how many values are there in the data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because 11 members, so 11 values. 11 members, 11 values. Now, is 11 odd or even?
Odd, ma'am.
Odd, ma'am.
If it is odd, okay, now say that, okay, now from these numbers, now this is not arranged in the form of an array. Which will be the middlemost value? Now, supposing there are 11 people.
31. ma'am.
Which one?
31.
31.
No, I don't want the answer. No, if there are 11 people seated in a row, who's the middlemost? Who will be the middlemost person? The person sitting in the first.
Sixth person is the
Yeah,
person is the middlemost, ma'am.
Yeah, the person sitting in the 6th chair will be the person sitting in the middle. If there are 11 members sitting in a row, the person sitting in the 6th position will be the person sitting in the middle. So how do we identify that? So it's given like this. Add 1 when n is odd. When n is odd, now here n is 11. It's odd. Add 1 to that. Make it even. Make 11 even. How do you make 11 even? By adding 1 to it. So 11 plus 1, 12. And divide by 2. So 6. The 6th value is 6 is not the value of the median. 6 is not the value of the median. The 6th value is the value of the median. Whatever is in the 6th position will represent the value of the median, because that's the middlemost value. So when n is odd, add 1 to it. So here 11, add 1 to it, make it even. So 11 plus 1, 12, and then divide by 2. 12 by 2, 6. The 6th value is the value of the median. 6 is not the value of the median. The 6th value, whatever is in the 6th position, will be the value of the median. So you can see the numbers are arranged in the form of an array in the ascending order. N is 11, it's odd. So the median score, find the median score. The median score is equal to a value of, it's odd, so make it even, add 1 to it, and then divide by 2. Value of this term, it's not 11 plus 1 by 2. 6 is not the value of the median. 6th term is the value of the median. So value of 11 plus 1 by 2th term. So value of the 6th term, and which is the 6th term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 29. Backwards also you can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be the 6th term. The 6th term is the value of the median. So the median score is 29. When n is odd, make it even. Add 1 and make it even. So 11 plus 1, now it's 12, now it's even. Then divide by 2. When n is odd. If you've completed, fine. Otherwise, take a screenshot, work it later. Let me go to the next one. Now here the weights of 10 students are given, and we need to find the median weight. The weights of 10 students in kilograms are given, and we need to find the median weight. Median weight. So here it's already, the thing is there'll be two values in the middle. Yes or no? When there are 10 students, who are the two students? Which are the positions in the middle? Which are the two positions in the middle? There will be no one middlemost position. There'll be two positions in the middle. Which are they?
Fifth, sixth, ma'am.
Fifth and sixth. 5 and 6, the fifth and sixth. So when there are 10 numbers, you can strike off 4 from the front and 4 from behind. So in the middle, you will have 5 and 6. Just put 10 sticks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 sticks, like tally marks, like tally marks, just put 10 sticks and keep crossing one from the front and the first from the front and the first from behind, then the second from the, forwards, and second from behind, third from the, meaning from the beginning. Okay, let me say beginning and end. So let me start again. So show 10 lines or 10 sticks. Strike out the first stick in the beginning and the first one in the end. Then the second one from the beginning and the second from the end. Strike out the third from the beginning, the third from the end. Fourth from the beginning, fourth from the end. Then if you strike out the fifth from the beginning and the sixth from the end, the fifth from the end, there'll be nothing in the middle. So the two middlemost values, after slashing 4 sticks from the beginning and 4 sticks from behind, after slashing 4 sticks from the beginning and 4 from behind, you will be left with 2 sticks, which are the middlemost sticks. And they are in the 5th and 6th positions. 5th and 6th positions. So to find these positions which are in the middle, what you have to do is 10 is already, so you know that when the number of values are even, there will be 2 values in the middle. There will be 2 middlemost values. And the 2 middlemost values are calculated like this. When n is even, now here it is 10. 10 by 2, 5th value. Then what is after the 5th value? 6th value. Divide straight away by 2. Divide by 2. 10 by 2. It's even, right? So divide by 2 straight away. 10 by 2, 5. So the 5th value and the next value, the 6th value. But you have 2 values, the 5th and 6th. So add those 2 values and divide by 2. Whatever is the 5th value plus whatever is the 6th value divided by 2. That means you should find the mean of the 5th and 6th values, correct? When you add 2 numbers and divide by 2, you're finding the mean, sum of the observations by number of observations. When you add 2 values and divide by 2, you're finding their mean. Because mean means sum of all the observations by number of observations. So when you add 2 values and divide by 2, you're finding their mean. So when n is even, when the number of values is even, we will not have only one value in the middle. The middlemost value is not a single value. There will be 2 values in the middle. First step is how to identify the 2 values, how to identify the positions of these 2 values. Now here n is 10. 10 by 2, divide by 2. 10 by 2 is 5. So the 5th value and the next one, the 6th value. 10 by 2 is 5, the 5th value and the next one, the 6th value. So the 5th and the 6th values are the middlemost values. Okay, after having identified the middlemost values, what should you do? Add the 5th and 6th values and divide by 2. Find the mean of the 5th and 6th values. The 5th value plus the 6th value divided by 2 will give you the value of the median. So it is the mean of the n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1, because n by 2 plus 1 it is. Because n by 2 is 10 by 2, 5. Then 10 by 2 plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6, right? 5th and 6th. 10 by 2 will give you 5. Then 10 by 2, 5 plus 1. 10 by 2 plus 1. So using n, it is the mean of the n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1, not n plus 1 by 2. N by 2 plus 1, because n by 2 will give you, n is already even. N is already even. Why don't add 1 to that? N by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1th observation. So first arrange the numbers in the ascending order. It's like this. First arrange the numbers in the ascending order. So we have it like this. The value of n is 10. The number of observations 10, which is even. So the mean weight, sorry, the median weight will be the average of, that is the mean of, I told you n by 2. So 10 by 2th and 10 by 2 plus 1th terms. Like n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1. Because 10 by 2 is 5 and 5 plus 1 is 6, right? See, 10 by 2 is 5, 5 plus 1. Instead of saying 5 plus 1, 10 by 2 plus 1. The median weight will be the average of the 10 by 2th and 10 by 2 plus 1th terms. There will be two values in the middle. The two values are n by 2, 10 by 2, 5, and n by 2 plus 1. That is 5 plus 1, 6th. So we have two values in the middle, the 5th and the 6th. You should add the 5th and 6th values and divide by 2. You should add the 5th and 6th values and divide by 2. That is finding the mean. You're finding the mean of the 5th and 6th values. Okay, so this is what it is. So median weight is the mean of the 10 by 2th and 10 by 2 plus 1th terms. That is the mean of the 5th and 6th terms, because 10 by 2 is 5 and this is 5 plus 1, 6. So the mean of the 5th and 6th terms. So which is the 5th term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th term is 44. Sorry, the 5th term is 40 and the 6th term is 44. 44 plus 44 by 2. 40 plus 44 by 2. 40 plus 44 by 2 divided by 2. Divided by 2 is nothing but half of that, right? That's what you see here. Half of 40 plus 44. So 84 by 2, which is 42 kgs. So the median weight is 42 kgs. So now let's see the generalized ones. So after arranging the given data in an ascending or descending order of magnitude, the value of the middlemost observations is called the median of the data. After arranging the data in the ascending or descending order, after arranging the given data in an ascending or descending order of magnitude, the value of the middlemost observation is called the median of the data. So when n is odd, what we do? We make it even. N plus 1, make it even, and then divide by 2. When n is odd, we know that there's only one value in the middle. When n is odd, we know that there is only one value in the middle, and that one value is the n plus 1 by 2th observation, or n plus 1 by 2th value. N is odd, so supposing 9. Supposing 9, make it even, 9 plus 1, make it even 10, and then divide by 2. So 10 by 2, fifth observation will be the value of the median. So if n is odd, then median is equal to value of n plus 1. If it is odd, make it even, n plus 1 by 2th observation. You can't do n by 2 because n by 2, 9 by 2 will be a decimal value. If it's odd, you cannot divide by 2 straight away. You should make it even and then divide by 2. N plus 1 by 2th observation. Because when n is odd, we know there's only one value in the middle. If n is even, then median is equal to mean of. It's the mean of. See, mean we say because we are going to add two values and divide by 2. Sum of two observations by two observations. So mean of. It's even. Now, when it is even, we know that there'll be two values in the middle, not one, but 2. When the number of values are even, we know that there will be two values in the middle, not one, two values. So it will be the mean of those two values. It will be the mean of those two values. You'll have to add those two values and divide by 2. So it is the mean of it's already even. So divide by 2 straight away. It's already even. So divide by 2 straight away. Mean of the n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1th observations. So supposing n is 100. Supposing it's 100. So 100 by 2, which is 50. And then 100 by 2, 50 plus 1, 51. The 50th and the 51st observations. Add those two values and divide by 2 to get the value of the median. So when n is even, median is equal to mean of n by 2th observation and n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observations. Take a picture and you can write it later.
Ma'am, could you please show me the first question?
Yeah, I'll show you all the slides in order. This is the first one.
Okay.
This is the second one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. See the next one. 10 observations are written in an ascending order. So it's already in the form of an array. These values are written in the ascending order. The median of the data is 24. The median of the data is given to you, 24. Given this, you need to find the value of x. We have 10 observations. We have 10 observations in the ascending order. Median is given to us. We need to find the value of x. So how do we find median when we have 10 observations? N is 10, which means n is even. How do we find median when n is even? What is 10 by 2?
5, ma'am.
5,
10 by 2 plus 1?
1,
6, ma'am.
6. So it will be the fifth observation plus the sixth observation by 2. The value of median is equal to n is 10. 10 by 2 is 5. 10 by 2 plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6. Median is equal to fifth observation plus sixth observation divided by 2. It's the mean of the fifth and sixth observations. So which means the value of the fifth observation plus the value of the sixth observation divided by 2 is equal to 24. Is equal to 24, which is the fifth. It's already in the ascending order. So which is the fifth one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 and this is 6. So the fifth observation plus the sixth observation divided by 2 is equal to 24. You can see the working here. N is 10. So this half represents divided by 2. If you're not comfortable with half, you can write by 2 here. Half in multiplying by half is dividing by 2. When you multiply something by half, now 10. 10 when you multiply by half, 10 into half, you'll get 5. That's nothing but 10 by 2. Dividing by 2 is also multiplying by 1 by 2. So here what you see here is divided by 2, which is written as multiplied by half. So n is 10. 10 by 2, 10 by 2 plus 1, fifth and sixth observations. So it's a mean. Median is the mean of the fifth and sixth observations. How do you find the mean of the fifth and sixth observations? This is the fifth, this is the sixth. So add and divide by 2. And we get 3x minus 12 by 2. But that is equal to 24 because median is given to be 24. So cross multiply, solve and find the value of x, which is 20. Take a picture, children. You can complete it later. Find the median of the data. You have some numbers there. If 58 is replaced by 85, what will be the new median? Find the first thing is find the median of the data. Some numbers are given to us. We need to find their median. After that, if 58 is replaced by 85, what will be the new median? Take a picture of the question, children. So step 1, arrange the numbers in the ascending order. Then when you count, we have 9 values. It's odd. So the median is the value of the n plus 1 by 2th observation. So 10 by 2, fifth observation. The value of the fifth observation is the median. And the fifth observation is 61. So the median is 61. We found the median, 61. Now, if 58 is replaced by 85, so remove 58 and include 85. 58 is replaced. 58 is, so you cannot write 80. You cannot write 85 in the place of 58 because you will have to write the numbers in the ascending order. If 58 is replaced by 85, doesn't mean that you can lift 58 and write 85 in its place. you'll have to remove 58 and write 85 in the correct place, arranging the numbers in the ascending order. This does not mean that you literally replace. It's not that you take away this and write 85 in its place. No. So when you remove 58, the numbers are 41, 43, 57. 58 is not there. So 61, 71, I'm comparing, children. See here. We have the numbers here. I'm using this and writing this below. 41 is there, 43, 57, 58 should not be written. So 61, the next number 61, 71. After 71, you must write 85. Because you've removed 58 and you're going to include 85. So 85 will come here. After 71, you should write 85. And then continue 92, 99 and 108. Like this. What will be the new median? What will be the new median? So again, new median is the value of the same thing, no, n by 2, n plus 1 by 2. So 9 plus 1 by 2, fifth observation. Same thing. So the new median is the value of the fifth observation, which is 71. The new median will be 71. Please complete this. So mode is also one of the three averages. They're also called mean, median, and mode are also called the measures, the three measures of central tendency. I'll share the notes in the next class. Mean, median, and mode are the three averages. They're also called the measures, the three measures of central tendency. Central tendency. I'll prepare that material and we'll discuss that in the next class. Okay, so mode is the most frequently occurring observation. We have only for ungrouped children. Grouped we'll see next year. So mode for ungrouped data. Mode is the most frequently occurring observation. So if we have to find the mode of these numbers, you can see the question here. You can see the question here. So arrange the numbers in the ascending order. This is not arranging the numbers in ascending or descending order is it is mandatory for median, not for mode. You can just have a look at the numbers and find out which one happens most number of times. This is just a formality. You can escape the step. You can escape the step. You can just check check the value which happens most number of times, and that will be the value of the mode. So here you see they've arranged it in the ascending order, so that's easier to make out. You don't go wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 14, 3 times 18. Okay. So 14 happens 4 times, 18 happens 3 times. So 14 is the value which occurs most frequently. So 14 is the mode. Mode is equal to 14. Mode is the most frequently occurring observation. Most frequently occurring observation. So 14 happens 4 times. So for this data, 14 is the mode. Mode represents this data. Mode is also one of the three averages. It represents the data, and the value that represents this data is 14. Take a picture, children. You can complete all this as homework. You'll have to find median and mode.
Ma'am, can you show the first question?
Sure. You can see the question with the answer. So I'm showing you only this slide. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is the second one where we have to find both median and mode.
Took, ma'am.
All right. Here we have to find the mean, median, and mode. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. 0 is also counted. 0 is a value here. Don't ignore 0. 0 is also one of these values. So how many values are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Took a picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Again, we have to find the mean, median, and mode.
Ma'am, can you tell the definition for mode?
Okay, I'll show you. It's the most frequently occurring observation here.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Last slide, children. Anybody wants the last slide? So with this, we come to the end of chapter statistics. I think next we'll start with Heron's formula. Have we learned this chapter in school? Heron's formula?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's that? Who's learned it in school?
Shreyas, ma'am. Shreyas Balakrishnan.
Okay, fine. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.